Hello, you beautiful people. My name is Casey Sports, and you're watching the West Ham save. It's great to have you all back. And you can see there, it's a bit of deja vu. But let's talk about what got us. So, we finished off that 1-1 draw against Atalanta. Things would go great as we beat Arsenal 4-1. Chelsea 2-0 loss. And suddenly things were becoming a little bit scary. But we bounced back perfectly. 1-0 win over Everton, a 2-0 win over Manchester United, a 3-0 win over Chelsea, a bit of revenge, before eventually a 2-0 win against Wolves, and that's took us right into this match. If you want to see the goal scorers, there you are. Now, you may notice a little bit of madness. Who's this guy? So, of course, we left off before the end of January. We left off at the Atlanta game. So what happened since we last left off? There's been a couple of changes, not much, but Emerson has gone on loan to Getafe. Had very good couple of seasons for us, but continued to not really play, and that's been the case with a lot of people we sold. Very good players not getting game time. So he's gone to Getafe with £1.3 million in terms of the deal, but a potential of signing him for £17 million. A very solid return on a very solid player. But £33.5 million was the asking price for this young man, Victor Christiansen. You may well recognise him from his time at Leicester last season, in that relegation season. Made a few appearances here and there. We're going on to Bologna in real life this year. Then would sign permanently to them for £12.75 million and would leave to us halfway through this season. And as you can see, played a lot of football for Serie A side and has played very well. And since joining us, he's made 3 starts, 1 substitution appearance, already has a man of the match, and is averaging 7.7 in the cup, 7.10 in the league, and 7.22 altogether. An incredible little signing there. I really like him because of his mentals. The physicals are also going pretty good. The height, everything about him is pretty good. Yes, his technicals could be better, but I think he's made up for it in terms of just being a great, solid player. Can play centre-back, will likely one day begin to play a little bit more in that central midfield role. We may never see that, but I'm very happy with that signing. And so we are going to face Atleti in the round of 16 first leg. It's happened before, it will continue to happen again. Yeah, we faced them last year in the round of 16, basically the exact same kind of moment, right after the tough game against Arsenal. And we won both of those games 1-0, away and at home. Hopefully we can do something similar after a very good run of form, and I feel like our squad is much better. But how is it going to look? Well, Jean-Claire Todibo is suspended for this game, and Naya Figuer isn't fully fit. So it is going to have to be a backline of Diamonde and Soleil, which is a little bit makeshift. Christiansen will continue on the left-hand side, Pedro Porro on the right. I'm looking to see if there's anything I'm going to change, but I'm very happy with this squad. Souček, Samu and Rob Faust have formed a very good midfield trio. Lionel Messi on the left now as a trequartista. We've removed the 4-2-3-1. Still there as an option. Right now I'm going to stick with this. Brahim Diaz on the right, who's been having some great games, has really came into some good form. And leading the line is Petr Rakov. Of course, once Gonçalo Borges returns to fitness, I definitely think things are going to change. But for now, this is our best squad. Pedro Porro struggling with a little bit of fitness is the only concern. But I'm always happy to bring on Ben Johnson, who has been great for us. Anyway, let's kick off into this. By the way, if my voice sounds a bit off, I apologise. This is my first day where it's at least felt usable. But I expect over the course of this episode for my voice to go, which is why it's going to be a little bit of a quicker episode, as I don't want to strain my voice too far. I can already feel it beginning to hurt a little bit. I will completely admit. As here we go. The match begins. They're playing a 4-4-2. The kind of Red Bull and Rasenball sport idea of the 4-4-2. Brahim, Messi at the back post, almost won the header, and it's Christensen at the back. Rakov, his 16th goal this season. Petr Rakov, what a signing he was from Red Bull Salzburg. A wonderful goal there. It was very good football as we kept fighting, and that is exactly why I'm a big fan of Victor Christensen. 1-0 up already against Atleti, and there's definitely a feeling that we are such a stronger squad than we ever could have imagined last season. However, this may well just be a high-scoring game. Nahuel Molina, of course, Memphis, great save there by Anatoly Trubin to deny the pie. That's a fun little way of saying things, deny the pie. The next highlight will start with Trubin. I do worry about Soleil and Trubin. Soleil and Diamande together. Not really utilised much. Not used Soleil much as a centre back in general. Being more of a defensive midfielder as that shot by Brahim goes well over the bar. But it's panning out pretty well for us right now. Christensen on a 7.8. What a signing. I never would. Of course, the idea of signing a left back was something on my mind, but I don't think it was all too pivotal. I'm very happy with Aitnori, but Christensen's kind of went up that next level, a level I didn't even know we had. Gone into just this incredible player. Quite cheap for us as well. You know, this might well be a Premier League winning left back for £30 million in this day and age. You're going to take that, and yeah, I can hear my voice already starting to go. But it looks like this first half is beginning to play itself out. And it is a 1-0 lead, but there's one last chance. In the very dying embers, it's Reinaldo who wins it on this left-hand side. Nice little battle between him and Diaz, former Madrid rivals. Llorente into Alvaro Morata. Beautiful interception by Soleil. And a very calm pass back to our goalkeeper. Diamande, Trubin. We know how good his passing is. That's lovely. Soleil, Christensen. This is beautiful one-touch football. Messi gives it away. Very uncharacteristically as it's Memphis through. And it hits the wrong side of the net. Well, I'm very thankful there that it did end 1-0. But that was very good play from us. Bringing out the back. No, I do definitely want to give a team talk. And everyone's very happy. I think the guys are a bit fired up for this one. Well, not much has happened here. But there's always the chance, especially facing a team like Atleti, who are so good in every facet of play, that something just pops up. Memphis, Molina, Llorente, Jimenez, Malang Sarr, Reinaldo, Koke, back into Reinaldo, across Memphis, great block there by Soleil. That was a huge moment there as Brahim brings it forward, and I think he may well be the first man off for Jared Bowen, who of course we know can bring out the best in this team. Will be frustrated as he's not been as pivotal to this team as we perhaps expected. And it's a highlight, and this worries me here. Throw in, basically on our own corner, and Porro gives it away. And it's Bryce Mendes, I want to say. Great save by Trubin, having a really good game. Gonna praise the boys. Hopefully that brings something out of this squad. Suchek, bit struggling on fitness. Rakov's not doing great. I'm gonna bring Ferguson on for Rakov. And I'm gonna bring Samu off for Rodrigo de Paul. I think that could be a useful little double change. Ferguson perhaps able to just steal a goal here. That's the thinking at least. Memphis, Mavropanos. Oh, another really good save. Porro with a deflection and Trubin denied it. Koke. Oh, that header's over. Well, it's clear. We're very much under the cosh right now. So let's go a little bit more direct and try and kind of catch Atleti on the counter-attack as they begin to be a bit more aggressive. The home game, very important, obviously without away goals, that you stamp your mark at home. And right now, despite knocking on the door, nothing's came. Memphis, I think that was offside. If you was to ask me, that was offside. It was a beautiful pass over the top by Joao Felix. But will it count? It will. That's not good. It's such a simple bit of play there. No one really putting pressure on. Nice ball over the top. Well, we are going to have to change something. That much is obvious. Lionel Messi has a very quiet game. Going to come off for Mohamed Kudus. And I'm going to bring Pedro Porro off for Ben Johnson. Because Pedro Porro, he's not done anything today. Bit more balanced. Not going all out for this. But at least trying to achieve something. And Atleti definitely deserve the point at bare minimum. You could argue they deserve a win. But it's going to end off 1-1. A late goal by Memphis. Trubin couldn't quite deny that one. But he will still get man of the match for a very, very solid performance. So we will be back for the second leg. We've already done worse than we did last year. Last year that was a simple 1-0. I'm praying, I really am praying, that we can figure out a way to get a proper win. I want to blow Atleti out of the park when they come to the London Stadium. One thing I do want to check though, where are Atleti in the league? Marco Jose, the manager, they are 4th right now. Lost to Almeria before that. Drew to Getafe, scraped by Copenhagen. We need to be doing better. We'll see you for that second leg. And welcome back. So, I did a bit of scouting on them to try and figure stuff out, but there really wasn't much to take from it. This is up their weaknesses. What else is there to quickly look through? Comparisons. None of this really matters. We're very, very similar. Squad depth again doesn't really matter. The overview again doesn't tell you all too much. Things are just kind of as you'd expect. The weaknesses, obviously they have a lot more shots. They shoot from a bit further out. They've got more attackers. And they've only really faced the 4-3-3 and the 4-2-3-1, both of which are producing pretty similar numbers. So I'm going to stick with this, but the tactic has changed slightly. So it's now going to be Diaz on the left and Lionel Messi on the right, and he's going to be playing an inside forward role. This came from our 2-0 win over Brentford to Debo and Ferguson, both scoring. Ferguson off the bench. As you'll see there, Lionel Messi with a 7.5. He came on at half time. So I do still think Messi is our best player because he's the greatest player of all time. But would quickly like to ask, and didn't notice this at all, Manchester City are up next in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. Would you prefer to watch that or have me just go through the rest of the season? Hopefully we win that and we can just show you the semi-finals, but it's entirely up to you. Would you prefer to watch that and Middlesbrough and basically get an idea? Because currently we are top of the table by 2 points. So both those games are pretty important. Or would you rather just wait for me to come up to, say for example, we'll do Liverpool City, we'll do if we have the quarterfinals there. It's up to you. There's still probably about 4 episodes left of this series if things go well. So it's completely up to you. Would you like one of those episodes to be the City game next week? Or would you prefer to just be the one in the league and whatever cup games we may well have? Though it could be that these next 2 games are our last cup games. It's entirely possible. So we're sticking with the same men. To Debo though has came in as Soleil is suspended. By the way, Burgess won't be back for between 3 to 6 weeks, so minimum a month. Really tough losing one of our best players like that. But yeah, the only change to Debo in for Soleil, who moves to the reserves due to suspension. Lovely. Let's kick into this. This is such a big game. So I'm sticking with this. We've put more focus on the wing backs to overlap, feeling that obviously there's more space out wide than trying to maybe go inside, and also bring the most out of Porro and Christensen, who are very good driving forward. I'm hoping something along those lines works, where we can basically cross into Rakov as we face former West Ham man Maverick Panos. I don't know if he was in the last game, but I feel like he's definitely someone to watch for, because the gameplay's a little slow. There we go. Oh no, Joao Felix has stole the ball off of Ward-Prowse's foot. This is very weird, Atleti kit. Llorente. Diaz should have gotten there ahead of Sladila. Morata at the back post, headed away. Felix! Great save by Trubin to deny an overhead kick. And it immediately bounces back to a West Ham highlight here. Christensen, Samu, back to Christensen, swing it in. Messi at the back post, Rakov off of the post himself. Dived in for that out of nowhere. That was a great chance. It's going to be another throw-in. Christensen, Samu, exact same way. This time also short to Brahim. Ward-Prowse can go for goal. Lays off to Porro. And Pedro Porro makes it 1-0 25 minutes in. That's why you look for the overlaps. A great goal by the ex-Manchester City and Tottenham and Sporting Lisbon wing back. I've tried to slow down on the X's, but it's kind of all Porro has. You know, he never really broke out as a player, but he's played at some great teams. But 1-0 up, if things stay the same, we will be through to the quarterfinals, which is the bare minimum. In my opinion, we have to at least get to the quarters and push for the semis. You know, continue to build on what we did last season. Messi has a slight knock. He may have to come off. I'm going to try and just hold him out to half time. Poor pass by Todibo. Joao Felix driving through. Felix coming forward, goes for goal. Good save by Trubin. I'm going to stop playing out of the defence. Going to bring up the tempo and stop playing out of the defence, because we're losing the ball a lot from like quick interceptions and high pressing, that aggressive style. But Messi, the feeling is he may have pulled his hamstring. He's going to come off for Mohamed Kudus, who I like in that inside forward role. I want to stick with the idea of the inside forward. Oh my god, I've missed. So I'm currently watching the City-Everton game. I completely missed. Everton have gone 1-0 up. So that you can figure out exactly when I've watched this. It's just hit the 30th minute mark. Corner. Ward-Prowse in to Debo. Headed away. Only as far as Diamande. Back to Ward-Prowse. Has the cross on him. Plays a short to Souček on the edge of the box. To Debo. Samu. Lovely one to Rakov. I don't think he's onside. We'll have to see. But I really doubt that one was onside. I can say that much. And the goal's been awarded. Oh, that's a big one. That is big right there. The goal has been awarded. Rakov driving in just behind the Atleti defence, and on the hour mark we take the lead to 3-1 on aggregate. That is huge. There's definitely a feeling right now that we can progress. We need to hold on for half an hour. We can concede 1, we cannot concede 2. This is a great moment here. Obviously the Champions League, one of the most important parts of this save. So we want to be doing the best we can. Anyway, I was thinking about substitutions. Ward-Prowse off for DePaul. Porro off for Johnson. And I'm going to make a triple change and bring Evan Ferguson on for Petr Rakov. So we've improved ourselves defensively. But I'm also hoping we've improved the squad at least a little bit offensively, as Bowen's going to be that final substitution. And immediately off that, there's a highlight. Kudus into Jared Bowen. 2 substitutes linking well. Bowen, good save there by Jan Oblak. It looks like we're through. It feels like it, but so much can change. Debo couldn't rise to that corner kick. DePaul, against his former side, coming forward, loses it out to Llorente. Souček's there. It's an honest shot. We'll give him that. It was an honest idea. At least he gave it a go. But this, I mean, it's very similar stats to last time, to that first leg. This time, though, we've just been a bit more clinical, and Souček gets his 7th goal of the season and puts us 3-0 up. And West Ham United are through. It is undeniable now. Inevitably, we are through to the quarterfinals. And we look to add insult to injury as Kunish with a first-time half volley. So close to going in. He is trying to make his statement for why he needs to be starting, as he's, of course, been dropped a bit to a bench player since the introduction of Messi. But what a huge victory that is. 3-0 over Atleti at the London Stadium. The Wanda a little bit harder, but in the end, we can all say our blessings and our thanks as we progress through to the quarterfinals. Let's see who are the teams we could well face. Well, Aston Villa won on penalties against AC Milan. I do not want to be facing them. Barcelona comfortably dispatched of Benfica 3-1. Real Madrid would end up winning 7-0 on aggregate against Atalanta. And finally, Manchester City would progress narrowly, a 6-5 aggregate over Celtic. 3 goals at Celtic Park. So earlier, they beat Manchester City 4-3. Double from Suleimana, who I'm a huge fan of. Maybe he's someone we need to be scouting. As you can see, I've already scouted him. I'm a big fan of him. I always thought he was better than Doku during that one season he had together at Rennes. But yeah, sadly for them, it was 3 quite quick goals and Manu Silva's sending off that will put them to the sword. That's a great result there for Celtic, who actually overcame Bayern Munich. They won 6-2 at home. 4 goals from Talisca, formerly of Guangzhou Evergrande, Al Nassr, and Granches. I forgot what it's called. But he looks like a bit of a stud. He's definitely a difference factor there. That is some big news. Overcoming Bayern, narrowly losing to Manchester City. But who are their managers? It's Brendan Rodgers still. Javier Saviola, ex-Barca man. Good on ya. One of the few players to have played for Madrid and Barcelona. Incredible during his time at Barca. But that will be all for today. A little bit of a tangent there with Celtic, but can you blame me? There will, of course, be more games to be played in the Champions League with Marseille, Liverpool, Inter, Napoli and Tottenham PSG. So it's still a lot to play for, but definitely some winnable games there. We could well be reaching the semi-finals if things go well. Hope you all have a great day. Like and subscribe if you can. Quick. So alongside the should we play Man City game, what's the best present you got? On Christmas. We've just finished Christmas. What was the best present you had? Or at least the funniest. My best present, I got a beautiful box which had my it had car keys, everything. I got my car. I'm getting it in a couple months. That was amazing. But I also got which was very fun. I got a ray gun nose hair trimmer, and I don't think I have much nose hair at all. If I do, it kind of blends into my beard. But yeah, ray gun. That's what it's called, ray gun nose trimmer. I thought that was pretty fucking cool, and a lot of chocolate. Didn't realize people saw me as that big of a chocolate eater. Anyway, I guess it's time to say goodbye.